Hi my friends, I want to talk today about Chat GPT. If you haven't heard of Chat GPT, it's a large language generation model developed by OpenAI, and it's trained to generate human-like text based on a given prompt or question in a certain context. And Chat GPT is absolutely mind-blowing. I've been trying it out for the last couple of days and looking at it with friends, and we've been using it to generate drafts for website text or for articles. We've been interrogating it to find out what its understanding is of certain topics. And I want to talk about some of those responses and the results that we got, because a lot of people are thinking that ChatGPT is going to change writers' lives, it's going to change researchers' lives, but it's also going to change education, because what ChatGPT is able to do is to go out there and to find all the information that is online, that is written about certain topics, and give that back to you as if it understands that. And that is going to mean that teachers won't be able to give students writing assignments in a meaningful way anymore, because a student can just come back with an essay that's been written in seconds by ChatGPT, and the student doesn't need to really understand that or do the research themselves. So teachers are going to have to find new ways of teaching children to research topics and to test their understanding of them. It won't be possible just to give them a writing assignment, because ChatGPT can do that. So let me show you what I mean here. This is ChatGPT talking about itself. ChatGPT is a large language generation model, blah, blah, blah. Let's move on now. I want to ask, what is OpenAI, okay? It's a non-profit artificial intelligence research company that aims to ensure that AI benefits all of humanity. Well, people are very concerned about what AI might mean for the future, and there's a lot of concern that it might not be beneficial for everyone. And it's a big question, because if ChatGPT can do the work that has taken me hours, which I used to be paid for example, writing web text, if it can do that in seconds, how's that going to benefit me? Will I lose my job? Will I just be able to do more work faster, or will I just become irrelevant in the future world that we're going to live in? So that's a question that is OpenAI says that they want to make sure that it benefits us. So how are we going to make sure that it does? Before we try and discuss that, I want to talk a little bit more about the possibilities. Let's see what ChatGPT thinks about technology. What is tech? What is technology? Okay, so now at the moment you might be thinking, okay, this is just like Google, okay? How to get out of the way of this here? Yeah, there we go. Technology refers to the tools, methods, and processes used to achieve a specific task or set of tasks. It can refer to physical objects such as machines and equipment, as well as abstract concepts such as systems and techniques. Technology can also be used to describe the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes. Okay, so technology should basically be something good. Okay, but throughout history, people have found that technology has also been threatening. I mean, without technology, weapons of mass destruction, things like the Holocaust, they wouldn't be conceivable, because when the way of killing depended on me swinging my sword hard enough to chop your head off, well, the potential for wars to destroy people was limited by the strength of the warriors. But once guns were developed, I didn't even have to come close to you. I can just pull the trigger and you're dead. And then weapons of mass destruction, I drop the bomb and hundreds of thousands of people are eliminated. So technology can potentially be very, very destructive. So how are we going to ensure that technology isn't destructive? Okay, well, this comes very much to a question of what is our worldview, what is good and what is bad, what is right and what is wrong. And this takes us out of the realm of technology and of data and into the realm of belief. So what is belief? Let's see. I've got to ask you a better question. Okay, well, no, that is even a belief is a mental attitude or conviction that something is true or exists despite a lack of evidence or proof. Beliefs can be based on personal experiences, cultural, societal values, religious or spiritual teachings, or other factors. They can also be formed through logical reasoning or by accepting the testimony of others. Beliefs can be positive or negative, and they can range from simple to complex. They can be personal, shared by a group, or held by an entire society. Beliefs can influence an individual's actions, attitudes, and decisions, and they can also shape culture, politics, and society. Well, I think that's a very good answer, and it's a very important answer because it shows us that whatever we do with technology is going to depend on our belief system, on how our thinking has been shaped. Because here is the crux of the matter, you see. Despite a lack of evidence or proof. Now, people like to say today, I'm a scientific person, I only believe what I've got proof for. But you know, when we think about research in itself, the direction of research is all about belief. You're going off in a direction, you're heading in a direction without any proof that what you do is going to be of any benefit at all. A friend of mine is a professor of artificial intelligence, and he said that so much of what they're doing in artificial intelligence is just experimentation, is tweaking, trying a model. And you can go down a pathway and you can spend a lot of money, a lot of time, and you don't have any guarantee, you don't have any proof that anything good is going to come out of all of that effort. So beliefs are very, very important, even in the realm of tech. Now, I want to go a step further here, and I want to ask the question, what is faith? Because there is a slight difference between faith and beliefs, okay? Faith is a belief, okay? Chat GPT is equating them almost. It can refer to belief in a religious doctrine or creed, belief or a person or entity, blah, blah, blah. Faith is often considered to be an important aspect of many religions and is often seen as a virtue. People of faith may believe that their belief is reasonable and well supported, but it is not based on scientific evidence or logical proof. Faith is often associated with trust, hope, and commitment. It can be a powerful motivator for people to act in certain ways. Faith is a personal matter and varies from one individual to another. Now, we have two very important statements here. We've got the fact that faith is often associated with trust, hope, and commitment and can be a powerful motivator for people to act in certain ways. This is what we need in today's world. We need powerful motivators for people to work, to act in positive ways if our technology is going to benefit all of humanity. People need to be motivated to work and to act in a positive way. And historically speaking, I have to say that the words of Jesus have been the best motivator for people to behave and to act in positive ways. I don't think there's anybody who will dispute that. People who, now let's put religion aside for a moment and let's just talk about people who are familiar with the essence, the words of, or the essence and the words of Jesus Christ. Things like the Sermon on the Mount, things like do to others as you would have them do to you, love your neighbor as yourself, turn the other cheek, forgive your brother 7 times 70. All of these core teachings of Jesus have been a marvelous force for good, a motivator of people to act in positive ways that are beneficial to all of society. Whereas people who've had a purely technological viewpoint, they've often succumbed to the danger of thinking that they can use technology and science to build a better world, and they've actually unleashed huge amounts of destruction in so doing because they haven't had this foundation of the words of Jesus. Now, this is where I want to come to a very interesting point here, okay? Because the word technology actually is made up of two parts. Let's go back to Chat GPT and say, what are the roots of the word technology? Okay. Here we have it. The word technology comes from a Greek word technologia, which is a combination of techne, meaning an art, a skill or a craft, and logos, meaning word, speech, or study. The technology was first used in the sense of the study of useful arts in the 18th century, and it has since come to refer to the development, application, and study of tools, methods, and systems for achieving certain specific tasks or goals. Okay? The earliest use of the word technology in English is from 1615. Okay? Now, they talk here about the word logos. Okay? Now, who was the logos? Aha! The logos is the divine wisdom that governs the universe. Okay, we've got some Greek philosophy here. In the New Testament, the Christian Bible, the term logos is used to refer to Jesus Christ as the incarnate Word of God, who is the embodiment of divine wisdom and the agent of creation. So logos is a term that has many meanings, but in the Christian context, and as far as we're concerned now, in the 21st century, our culture, the West, was shaped by the Christian faith. So it's not unimportant to talk about the Christian meaning of the word logos. And there we see that the logos was Jesus. So the word technology actually comes from the arts and craft, techne, here, okay, and logos, Jesus. So the word technology comes from, or means, the application of the words of Jesus, or of Jesus himself, to benefit humanity, to create useful arts. And this is a concept that I developed in this book here, Faith Tech. Okay. When I started to write this book, I was planning to write a book which would have parables from the world of technology that would help us to shape our beliefs and to understand our faith. Okay. But as I was doing it, I made this discovery. When I was doing my research, it was before the days of Chat GPT. So I wasn't able to find that out so quickly, but it was a very, very exciting discovery when I found that the word technology itself is intimately related to Jesus Christ himself and to his words. And so I want to recommend this book, Faith Tech, to you. Okay, it's a book which is groundbreaking. I've provoked Chat GPT in many different ways and tried to get it to play back, apart from this particular central meaning, the other thoughts that are included here in Faith Tech. And based on that experience, I would say that what I'm saying here in the book is actually quite original, because what I do basically is go on this journey. I studied science in Cambridge University in the College of Charles Darwin, Christ College. So I'm intimately familiar with theory of evolution and that worldview as a foundation for our modern society and our thinking. And in the book, I go on this journey where I kind of unpack that a little bit, and I discover how much dogma there is in society, in the scientific worldview, how much is also faith-based. I studied history and philosophy of science at Cambridge alongside my majors in the biological sciences and finally in experimental psychology. But I talk about all of that, and then I come into this point where I start to explore how faith becomes a portal or a way that we can access supernatural revelation. And I go into some experiences there in the book of supernatural experiences that I had where I get revelation which couldn't be explained logically or rationally or within my scientific worldview. And so that's the second half of the book. Is once we say, okay, faith is the way we can access revelation and discover things that we can't discover from data, then that gives us a new framework for reading the Bible. It also gives a new framework for looking at the challenges that we face in society today. So that's Faith Tech, and I recommend it to you. And thanks for taking the time. And I hope that if you get this book, that it will help you to understand where we've come from, and it will also put you at ease when we think about the future. Because some of these developments, like Chat GPT, are quite scary, depending what your job is, what your business is, and there's a lot of unknowns we have about the future. But Faith Tech will help us to give us a framework to be able to use that technology for the benefit of all humanity, as Chat GPT says it wants to do. Okay, thank you so much, and have a great day.